So probably the thing that I love the most, especially about covering like these kinds of topics, is text message drama. I don't know what about text message drama, but it's literally just the most interesting thing to me. Like I can probably read it for hours on end. Like it's just got the drama. People suck at texting, so you already know it's going to come out in a bad way. And I guess people can just like hide behind their text usually. Like they'll say stuff that they would never say probably in person. So it's just so much better to see it in text format. So kind of like today, we have an interesting fella where there's this girl that was dating a dude, and it's been since November, so they've been dating for about 2 months. And he actually called her to end the relationship, which was actually good for her because she wanted to find a reason to break up with him because he apparently just found out that his second baby mama is now pregnant. So she was looking for an excuse to end this relationship with this man who she's been dating with for 2 months because who would want to date someone who just figured out that their second baby mama is pregnant, which is literally insane. Because if you think about the timeline, for his baby mama to just now find out that she's pregnant, it usually takes women about 2 months to know when they're pregnant. And so, how long have they been dating? They've been dating for about 2 months. So if we just think about the average there, which obviously the pregnant lady could have found out later on, even longer than 2 months. But if we just look at the average, that means this guy, while talking to our main character here, was still having sex with his baby mama, or at least had sex recently, probably in the last month or two, and then got with her, which that's quick. So now he ended the relationship because he's now obviously dealing with a pregnant baby mama, second pregnant baby mama, and why would she ever want to put up with that? So that's kind of the situation we have here. So we have our lovely ex here, Paul, who starts out the conversation. He just goes, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And so she responds, "I don't know why. Boy's about to go home." So I assume she might have kids of her own that, she's talking about. Then he goes, "Hey, can you call me after?" And so that's when they get in a phone call. And that's when he tells her that he wants to break up. And you can kind of see in between the two texts of his next text that the phone call only probably lasted like 20 minutes, which it's pretty fast for breaking up with someone, even though they only knew each other for 2 months. They both must have been pretty ready to leave. He just goes, "I'm good. I'm going to have to grab my stuff from your house." Just saying that he needs his stuff. After their phone call, they probably agreed to break up. No worries. So she obviously responds, "Hey, can you try to send me a list of anything you want? I'll try to make sure I pack it up for you." And that's not even a bad thing. Like trying to pack up the other person's belongings, especially if they need to come get them. Like that's not like a disrespectful thing. That's not like a, "Oh, you did me wrong" kind of thing. Like, hey, if I broke up with someone and they needed to come get their stuff from my place, I don't see the issue of packing it up for them because maybe I don't even want to see it either. I don't want it to take up space. So I'm going to pack it up. But Paul here, he doesn't like that. He goes, "I don't know what I did to you to deserve that, but that's hella disrespectful." Which, Paul, that makes no sense. Which, like, what? So she obviously responds, and I know it's cut off a little bit, but she responds, "Maybe text me when you're sober." So we have our lovely ex Paul here, who not only did he get a second baby mama pregnant, but it sounds like he's a natural alcoholic, which is even funnier. Who would have guessed that? And so then he just responds, "When you come across my stuff, put it aside. I'll get it whenever." And you can kind of feel the disrespect a little bit here with Paul's messages. So she obviously responds, and obviously we don't know what happened outside of these text messages, but that maybe Paul has been disrespecting her for quite a while. So she responds, "Yeah, no. I'm a grown woman, and I don't have to endure this disrespect. I thought we had something going on and enjoyed each other's company, but clearly I was mistaken. If you don't enjoy kicking it with me and prefer not to see each other again, great. Frankly, after the way you've just treated me, I'd rather have as little further contact with you as possible. You were very hurtful. And I mean, let's be honest. We have Paul here who, if I was in her shoes, I'm dating this person that I thought I had something pretty good going on with them. We've been dating for 2 months. And then after 2 months, they drop to me that they have a pregnant baby mama. And what am I supposed to do with that information? Now I kind of wasted my time. And then not only that, but then you're the one that called and you're the one that said, "Hey, let's break up." Like, who's really the disrespectful one, Paul? Like, if we're being honest, I mean, maybe the baby was out of your hands. I don't know the circumstances to that, but my guy, not only did you waste her time, but you clearly have done her wrong. You need to understand that. You're not the one getting disrespected. You have been disrespecting her with this whole situation. So, yeah, really, your stuff might have been burned. Some other people, as soon as they found out that you had a second pregnant baby mama, they might have burned your stuff, threw it away, whatever. You wouldn't have gotten it back. So, you better even appreciate she offered that to you. So that's when she goes, "You won't get it whenever you want. You're not welcome back to my home at any time hereforth. I will put anything I see to the side and we can arrange a drop off. Again, please try to make me a list of the few items I may have of yours." You know, she just wants to cut it straight. Send me a list of things that you know that I have that you want, and that's it. I don't need any other message from you. We can figure out the time. That's all we need to talk about. Nothing else. Nada. So he obviously responds, "I thought we did have a good time as well. Thought we had something good going." Paul, you kind of ruined it. But so then the very next day, he just goes, "Hope you're doing good. Didn't mean to hurt you." This guy might have been drunk. Like, this feels like alcoholic behavior for the next day to, I mean, maybe he could have just felt bad. Maybe he wasn't drunk and maybe he could have just felt bad. But "hope you're doing good. Didn't mean to hurt you." You just randomly accused her of being disrespectful for wanting to grab your stuff for you. Like, hello? That's so weird. And so after he sent that message, she didn't even respond to him. And so 2 hours later, he sends more texts. He goes, "But yeah, I can't date you if that's how you're going to be with other dudes in my face. It's honestly weird, rubbed me the wrong way, and that's why I'm good." Which, to be honest, this first text, I don't even really understand, because there's not, maybe it's not enough context, but he's talking about other dudes in my face, and maybe he's just referring to the disrespect, and maybe that she disrespects other dudes. I don't know. It's kind of weird. He also just continues and goes, "I'm not a mean person, but I know I can be very cutthroat and how it can come off." Okay, so now you're kind of justifying your rude behavior as cutthroat, and that how it can come off. Like, no, you're just being rude. Like, don't defend yourself with just, "Oh, I'm real, I'm cutthroat." I hate that stuff. I got disrespected and you took it as disrespect when I addressed it. So yeah, I definitely can't. I'm sure you're good though, but just being me, I'm not a mean person. So just wanted to take the time to say that. Paul, just reading your messages, you you weren't being real. You were being rude. All she did was say, "Hey, I can pack up your stuff, so let me know what kind of stuff you have." Like, she doesn't have to give you permission to come to her house and grab your own stuff by yourself. If she wants to pack your stuff for you, she can definitely do that. That's not disrespect. Like, that's just a boundary for her, that she maybe wants to clean up your stuff before you even get there. So again, it's not disrespect. You're just being weird. So we have her obviously respond, "No worries, you didn't hurt me. Also, I don't know who you're trying to convince that you're not mean, because it ain't me. Actions speak. Just because you say something doesn't make it true. Just like I doubt it's mine. Like, what? Anyway, in a strange way, I appreciate you being disrespectful while you addressed my completely appropriate relationship with my best friends, whom you've both met. Honestly, I didn't know you were so insecure. I really hope you do right by that girl, because, it takes two to tango." So, especially that last part, she's most likely addressing the previous comment that I was saying that didn't really make sense. Most likely she has some male best friends that she's close to, that obviously Paul here didn't enjoy, even though he's met them. We don't have the context to how close they were or what those friends did, but it wouldn't be a surprise just based off this interaction with Paul of these texts of him talking about he's just being real and wants to address it and cutthroat, that it really does sound like Paul is insecure. Like, it almost sounds like the type where if she had a male coworker, and that she just talked to him, Paul would not like that. Paul seems like the type where he needs control in the relationship. So then we have Paul here who responds in long messages. So I'm gonna try to get through these quick. Clearly, you don't have the mental capacity for much. Everything you said is so cliche. Life isn't black and white. But I reached out to you and I said what I said. Carry on. You can believe what you want. You can go ahead and toot your own horn. You're pretty headstrong. I'm not here to judge you. I just know what I'm not here for. And I'm gonna be honest, Paul gives off those vibes of like those toxic guys that's just like, I'm cool, I'm nonchalant, you know, don't mess me up. I'm straight, you know, like everything he says and like almost every message is along the lines of, hey, you are immature. You don't know what you are talking about. Me, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be real. So he's throughout the conversation always downplaying anything she says, whether it's true or not. We don't really have to get into that discussion because we don't know all the context. So, but ultimately, just by these texts alone, every single message, you're the crazy one. I'm gonna keep it real. Is his messages, which is never a good look because that's like manipulative behavior 101. Like, it's kind of not looking good. And then you factor the fact that he's apparently an alcoholic. Like, Paul, you don't got me on your side right now, at least by these messages. So you go ahead and think that wasn't disrespectful. Just because you see your friends as nerds doesn't mean that the flirty shit is okay when you have something going on with someone else. It's not that I ever think things would go on between y'all. It's just the principle, and you're still failing to grasp that. You're throwing words like insecure around now. I gotta go. So we have Paul here who's accusing her of some flirty shenanigans between her and her male best friends, I assume. I don't know if it's just one side or both sides, but that he obviously doesn't like that. But then the sentence right after, he just goes to say that, you know, I don't think you would do it. You know, it's not that I ever think things would go on between y'all. So he's already said that she's probably reassured her in some type of fashion, some type of way. Obviously, she's introduced her friends to him, but it's still the principle, he says. What's the principle? That whenever someone starts dating you, that they can't have any interactions with the opposite gender? Like, is that the principle? Doesn't make sense. Kind of weird. And then you then talk about every sentence. I gotta go. I gotta go. Brother, when are you gonna go? You've been saying that. Like, go ahead and stop. Slow down. No one has to do this for you. No one has to. As a partner, the only responsibility that I have is to make sure that I make you feel secure. So yes, if there is something like this where you're feeling uncomfortable about, you're gonna have a conversation. But if she, which I think she has, you've already said it yourself, that she's kind of helped you, you know, get comfortable or try to, you know, make sure you're secure in some type of way, that these male friends aren't a threat. It doesn't seem to be working because your principle is that you don't want your partner to be spending any time with the opposite gender at all. So then we still have him going. He's still typing. You're bringing up the situation with the other girl, and that's weird too. You're all over the place. I know you have a lot on your mind, but it's not helping anything, and it doesn't matter anyways. So again, back to his behavior of the stuff I say is right, you're the crazy one, and you need help, not me. And he's still going. Lol, like, what do I have to gain with trying to convince you of anything? For you to think that I'm trying to convince you of anything is weird too. Okay, bro. What do I need to convince you for anything? You're way out of pocket than you can even perceive. That's why I said what I said and left it alone. I almost didn't text you with how you acted from the get-go. Lol, you have some serious temper issues. I'm at the casino. Bye. Honestly, trying to even read this man's messages is like really difficult. Like I'm struggling and stuttering and stuff like that. But hey, maybe he's just so upset bro is molding on text right now. But anyways, he keeps talking about she has temper issues. My guy, you just wrote like three paragraphs, 3 or 4 paragraphs. And guess what? It still goes on too. And she hasn't responded at all. And to top it all off, at the very end, he then says, again, I'm at the casino. Bye. This is like his third time saying bye at the end of messages. Like, you're not cool. Stop saying that. Stop saying bye like you're cutting off the conversation and you won. That's not how you even have a conversation in the first place. And now you have like he has completed the holy trinity of manipulative behavior for a toxic boyfriend. We have the disrespectful, manipulative part. We have the alcoholic part. Then, oh, he loves to go to the casino. He loves gambling. Huh, he's got it all. Man of the year. Brother, no wonder you have 2 baby mamas and not a wife. And this relationship of 2 months is failing. Like, what did you think, Paul? What did you think was going to happen with all these problems you got? And again, she hasn't responded, but, Paul's going to make sure he gets the last message in right here. So he just goes, I don't care if you have friends. Obviously, I met them. So there's something you're missing, and you're not trying to understand. I'm not going to keep trying to talk to a brick wall. Really now, Paul? You're not going to try to talk to a brick wall? Bro is over here talking about she has temper issues. Man is still typing to her. And then he wants to talk about, again, he's doing it again for his final message. He's talking about, oh, you're not understanding. You're not getting the picture. What's the picture to understand, Paul, that you're upset about her male best friends? That there's some kind of principle that she shouldn't be spending time or whatever because you don't like it? Like, what is going on here? It's always, you're wrong. You're not understanding. I'm right. I'm trying to explain to you, but I'm not also wanting to explain it to you anymore because you're crazy and not wanting to listen. Classic manipulation. That's pretty much it for all the text messages. I did try to see if the op put any more messages regarding like the flirting and the male best friends, but the only thing I got here is apparently she missed a phone call from her 2 college best friends, and I guess he was also with her at the same time. They were at the grocery store. So then she had called those friends back, and apparently maybe he doesn't like the way that she was interacting with her friends on call is her assumption. I'm not sure if there's anything more to that. There wasn't anything specified. But regardless, Paul, even if, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt that, hey, maybe she was being overly flirty. Okay, not cool. But Paul, you clearly are disrespectful. You got a lot of manipulative behavior to you. You clearly have shown that you're also an alcoholic. You love to gamble. You have not 1 baby mama, but 2 baby mamas, who is also currently one of them is pregnant. Like, in what part of this relationship would I ever be happy with you? Knowing that I've only been dating you for 2 months and you got all these problems going on. You got all these baggage going on. Who wants to deal with you? So, Paul, you need to get your life together, because whatever's going on, you're never going to settle down at this rate, Paul. I can already tell you that. So, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll definitely try to post another one real soon. So, I hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I appreciate any type of love, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.